Hi everyone, Nikolai back with you again. It's IFX Expo Dubai, day 2. I'm here with Mohammed Isbeer, who's the global head of brokerage sales at Equiti Group. Mohammed, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to you as well, and happy to see you again after 1 year.
Likewise, it's been a year. It's day 2. I'm sure you've had an opportunity to meet with some industry leaders, talk to clients, prospective clients, things like that. What's your impression of the event so far?
I think the event has been a great success. I mean, from an organization perspective, they've done an amazing job. I think the participation level was amazing this time as well. I mean, COVID restrictions are, going away right now, and everyone's kind of more comfortable talking to each other and coming through. First year, I think, was a great success, and I'm hoping the first day was a great success, and I'm hoping the second day would be as well.
Great. Our industry is ever evolving, and I wanted to get your take on sort of where you see the role of institutional brokers these days.
So, in my opinion, there's a huge responsibility nowadays on institutional brokers, because retail brokers are going out there and they're investing a lot of time and money and effort in their technology, in their marketing engines, and all of that. And we've seen a big wave of influx of new traders coming into the market, whether it's coming through different investment and asset classes like cryptos. But we've seen a huge influx of new trades and volumes that are ramping up massively in the last couple of years. Now, the role of the institutional brokers to be able to match that demand in terms of liquidity and lines. So you need bigger balance sheets, you need bigger lines of liquidity, better relationship with the tier 1 liquidity providers, and we're seeing the gap already. We see the volume and the increase is coming from the retail brokers, but we see still a bit of a shortage on the institutional side, and I think this is the role that they need to play. I think they need to spend because they are not involved in the marketing game. They're mainly involved in the liquidity game, and what they need for that is to upscale their balance sheets and technological infrastructure. Not only that as well, but also from a risk management perspective, and be able to offer different solutions for retail brokers to manage that big waves of flow that coming through, especially in the last 2 years. And it only seems that it's growing day by day now. And that you're talking, we used to be talking about FX and CFDs only, and now it's a wide spectrum of products, equities, cryptos, and these are kind of the tools for you to survive in today's day and age. It's not just an auxiliary service, but it's pretty much the necessity to be able to kind of survive in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Crypto is obviously a hot topic these days. Can we talk a little bit about sort of the integration or intersection of cryptocurrencies and NFTs?
Yeah. So, I mean, NFT has been very eye-catching in 2021. I think it was the highlight of that year in particular, and it's very hard to understand or to kind of predict how it will evolve and when it will evolve and integrate with different industries. But what we see today is a lot of ideas being put forward from FX companies. What we think at Equiti is that we should do this in a silo, for example, and have a separate project that works on NFT and crypto, and then once we have this up and running, then you'll find and you'll try and seek some integration points between our industry. But there's a lot of ideas that can be ticked, and I was speaking on the panel yesterday, and I had this idea about trading personas, and NFTs are not only artwork and not only soundtracks and real estate that being sold, and it's moving into the trading the personas and the avatar, and what I can imagine in the future, that you can have trading personas for traders that have a self-modifying design, according to the performance that will change, and then by just looking at an avatar of a trader, that if he's doing good performance or not. One of the many entry points that I can see from the NFT space into the FX and CFD space. But it's very hard to predict now what's going to happen in 5 years. What we can say for sure is that FX companies need to be looking at this seriously, because it doesn't seem that it's just a wave that's going to happen for a while and stop, but it's definitely here to stay, and then we need to find a way to integrate this.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see for sure what will happen. Well, obviously, in our industry, everyone is going multi-asset. I call it all asset, right? People want to be trading all products all the time. in one sense, and in the other sense, sort of immediately right now, there's some geopolitical factors going on in the world, as you know, that are really impacting markets. Not all markets, maybe, but they are definitely having an effect. Considering all of those things, what is your impression of the current liquidity landscape with regards to companies in our industry?
So as I said before, I think there is a bit of shortage in liquidity when it comes to, especially in certain products. For example, gold there's a major lack of liquidity on gold because it was one of the most traded instruments in the industry now, and you can see in the last I think in 2021 there was a few big events that happened and kind of scared banks away, and everyone's trying to pull out from the gold market. So there's a huge demand while the supply is a bit scarce. If you talk about CFDs, for example, as well, there's only a few venues, proper venues, that you can go to and hedge your CFDs, especially the futures on the future side. Yes, you can go to the exchange and offload some of your risk, but then the margin gap becomes too big. On the FX side, I think the liquidity is there, but now we're talking about all these new instruments as well, so cryptos. What is interesting is that we have seen the crypto world is trying to move into our space. It's not just the other way around. So we saw that the majority of the big exchanges around the world has already integrated with the technology providers like Primex M10, Goldeye, and so on and so forth. So now it's becoming kind of an easy integration for FX broker to get access to liquidity directly from the exchanges and not through a third party. So I would say on the crypto side, liquidity is now being handled. I think within the next 6 to 12 months, that should be an easy integration for everyone to be able to trade cryptos. But I would say the gaps are still getting bigger between the new wave of investors that are coming in and the liquidity that is being offered in the market, and we need more stronger and more probably, I wouldn't want to use the word risk takers, but guts from the institutional traders, brokers, to be able to absorb all of that.
Yep. Yeah, understood. So, like you said before, the last time we met was literally a year ago at the same event. What were some of the key industry trends that you noticed following our meeting last year? Besides what you've already said.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, like I said, to be honest, 2021 was not a big eventful year for our industry. Aside from the developments that happened on the crypto space and the NFT space, I think it wasn't that eventful, especially if you compare it to the 2020. Trump is gone, so that's that removed a lot of the volatility and a lot of the excitement out of the market. But what I see now is if you want to take away cryptos and NFTs and put them in isolation, I think there's a huge wave of investing in marketing engines, and I think this is the future of the industry, to invest as much as possible in marketing infrastructure and marketing funnels. And this trend has already started a couple of years ago, but what I see this year, because COVID has taught everyone that you can work from home and then you can still get a huge client base just by doing everything online. So whoever was lagging in terms of that has started to invest massively in their marketing infrastructure and in their technology in marketing and creating the right funnels around it. And that's one of the trends that I've seen that brokers have invested heavily in. And the other one would probably, and I know it's a subject that's as old as time, but regulation as well. And I've seen a lot of new regulation coming up now. There's with Brexit also happening in the UK, a lot of people going again back into Europe and Cyprus and Germany trying to get new licenses. Here in the Middle East has been a big growth in terms of regulators trying to kind of regulate this business and offer solutions to brokers from all over the world to come in and set up shops here. So I would say marketing and regulations are the two main elements of 2021, aside from the crypto and the NFT waves.
Great. Well, Mohammed, it was great catching up as always. We wish you the best of luck, for the end of the show, and a prosperous 2022. I'm sure we'll see each other very soon.
Thank you very much, and appreciate it.
Thank you.